Hello family, this is Khalifah Bey again, and today we're going to be talking about the 7 hermetic principles. And I have a very good book here that I would recommend to anyone. It's called The Ancient Future by Wayne B. Chandler. And we're just going to touch very briefly. We're going to have a short recording today on the first of the 7 hermetic principles. And just to give you a little bit of background on the hermetic principles, the author of which being Hermes, or another name for him would be Thoth or Tahuti. Okay? And the first principle is mentalism. And what mentalism means is that everything that is thought of is God. Okay? The fundamental truth. The substantial reality. The all. Mentalism, that which is the fundamental truth. And we're going to move on to the second principle, which is polarity. Okay? Alright, well, correspondence. And that is this principle of correspondence, which is the second of the hermetic axioms, the second hermetic axiom, or the second hermetic principle, which is based on the belief there is a working unison, consistency, or correspondence between the many planes or levels of the universe. Stated plainly, as above, as below. Okay? And the third, and but not last, principle we're going to touch on this evening is the principle of vibration. And this principle embodies the fact that motion is manifest in everything in the universe. Whether we acknowledge or perceive the motion, nothing is at rest. Everything is moving constantly, vibrating. As human beings, we use a vibratory metaphor. Constantly, for example, being in tune with times or out of tune with one another. How often we have all heard the expression being on the same wavelength. Okay? And fourthly and lastly is the principle of polarity. This means that the world to be founded upon contradictions, and this belief was expressed in the form of the principle of doctrine of opposites. This principle, probably the most visible, most employed, and most widely known of the 7, continues as the basis of many African societies, including the Dogon of Mali, the Fan of Dahomey, and the Barbara of Eastern Guinea, and the island of Ife. The product of being and becoming, the life force that gives rise to change in motion. The life force is also organizing the power, bringing order to the primeval chaos. There is an ever-present cosmological duality. Okay? And we all know of the concept of the yin and the yang. the oracle of the I Ching, who are the mothers and fathers of the principle of polarity. The concept of yin and yang essentially translates into the positive and negative duality. So all things have a positive and a negative. And this permeates the universe. And I know sometimes you've all heard the expression, there's a thin line between love and hate. Because as human beings, we're able to move along those two different lines, or that one line, or those two lines that blend together, where you can both hate and love the person simultaneously. So those are 4 of the 8 hermetic principles, and we will be back next week for a continuation of the other 4. This has been Khalifah Bey. Thank you. Islam.